susi mo?
Good morning. Kamusta? Good morning. Kamusta?
Good morning. Mabuti.
Sige.
Nasa yun yung susi mo?
This is Think Thursday. A day devoted to thinking.
Bye.
Bye-bye. What should I have for breakfast on Think Thursday? Well, let's think right about food today. I have an idea. Maybe we should eat the most perfect food on planet Earth. The avocado. Rich in nutrients, the good kinds of fats that you need, fiber, and it's organic. And I'm just going to cut that thing open and scoop it out and eat it. I don't have any bread, so I'm not going to put it on toast. I think I'll just eat it. Maybe I'll make an egg to go along with it. Yeah, let's do that. Perfecto. I apologize, my opening section there was using the Sony RX100 internal mic. I'm now using the ceramic mic attached, and I'll switch over to the Rode eventually, but I'm on a tripod right now. The taste test. What do you think about that? So, I have a Think Thursday hack for the Sony RX100 version 7, the Rode microphone, which can attach to that camera, and the Feiutech gimbal. Now that's my standard configuration for vlogging, and so the Sony has no way to mount a microphone. The Rode microphone is the one of choice. If you use the ceramic mic, it'll attach just because it's so small. But I don't want to use that. And the Feiutech gimbal has space on it to mount the microphone. So I use one of the most wonderful inventions of all mankind to solve this problem, the wire tie. It's also a great little also a great little cat toy. I like to stick it in their skin and they go wild. Here we go, let's try. There! So anyways, I will demonstrate that hack on Think Thursday. Trying to think of a better solution. Now that I have a Sony RX100 V7 with a microphone jack, and I have this nice Rode microphone, the mini Rode. I always am running the Sony, although it's on a tripod now. I'm using the Feiutech gimbal, and you want the microphone mounted on the camera plane so that when that plane's around, the microphone is pointing in the right direction, right? Does that make sense? And so this is my wire tie solution. It turns out the gimbal has 2 slots right here, and the microphone needs to go in here, but it has to go in such a way so that the cord doesn't interfere with the arm behind it. So what I thought I would do is make 2 loops through these 2 slots. I don't know how small to make them yet. They will be pretty small. I'll cut all this extra stuff off. I'll show a close-up of this in a second. It's the first time I've tried this one, so I think it will work. These are the fairly heavy-duty wire ties. I'll get quite a bit of life out of those. I don't think they're going to like break or anything. So basically what I did is I looped those through this way, and now I can do another wire tie around this way, that 2 of them, that captures the mic on that platform. Let me take that jack off. So this is going to sit like this in there, and these other wire ties will come across it. So I think I can tighten these down a little bit. They just have to be big enough for now to let another wire tie through. Okay, so now the other wire tie is going to go through each one of those in the direction which will capture the microphone. Now the Rode mic has a little groove there. Oh, let me get that off of there. That was another solution I was trying out. So let me get the wind muff off. So the Rode microphone has a groove right here that I'm going to use for the front part of it. And so let's get that done. Hey cat, you're blocking the view. I know how much you like wire ties, but you can't be in the view. Come on. She wants to be the star. So let's again, the microphone also has to be mounted far enough forward on the gimbal platform so that the end won't interfere with the arm, the stabilization arm behind it. So this is getting close. So I'm going to tighten this all down. All right, that's already given pretty good stabilization. That's kind of nice. So I'll show you what that's looking like so far. Let's put the other one in there. The other one isn't. There's a small groove there too. I'm thinking I did this one wrong. I want to go through the other slots. This is going to be too far back. Snip. So let's go ahead and put this one in. This one, if I had done that correctly, that would be down underneath. Just a little neater of an install. I'll do a close-up here in a second of what I'm doing. Although you understand what I'm doing. The wire ties magnificent invention for stuff like this. All right. To capture the microphone in 2 spots. So, I'll show you what I've done. I've got 2 wire ties going through the gimbal platform, and those create the anchors for the 2 wire ties going around the camera, around the Rode mic. So I'm just going to tighten everything down as tight as it will go for all of these points. And that's really the secret. If you get everything tight, then you're not going to have any floppiness, and it's going to be much more secure long term. That's about it. So let's clean it up with a few snips. Okay, so the final product looks like that. Okay, so of course we're going to have to rebalance the gimbal once we get everything put together. The microphone jack's going to go in here, and probably go maybe under and around to the camera. So time to mount the camera. The trick here is in balancing these smaller gimbals is the gimbal is turned off, but the platform should be stabilized in each direction, and you can see it needs to come down a little bit like this, and so you can slide the platform it's mounted onto a little bit forward, small adjustments at a time, and that looks pretty good in both dimensions, both level this way and level this way. And once you get it balanced that well, you can power up the gimbal, and you have stability. In selfie mode, I usually just turn it around, although there's a button. You can triple click a button on the Feiutech, but I don't like to do that so much. So here I'm taking a picture of me taking a picture. That's recursive. And so that's the hack to get the high quality mic attached. Nicely attached too. Can you believe that on average we have about 50,000 independent thoughts every day? These are just random thoughts. The mind is just like it is when we're dreaming, except it has all of the sensory input to deal with also. And in modern times, we don't have to think about survival as much as we did 50,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago. So when the agricultural revolution hit, we started to grow wheat and build farms and houses and stuff like that, live in one place. a changeover from the hunter-gatherer lifestyle where awareness of the environment is much more important. So the mind has grown over those 20, 30,000 years. We've evolved. We have a lot of horsepower up in the brain, and so it's doing what it should do. It thinks its thoughts. We don't often think about thinking. You can call that metacognition, and it seems like it's a big waste of energy. 50,000 random thoughts influenced by the environment, by what we watch on TV, by what we see every day. And somewhere I read that each one of those thoughts actually takes an amount of energy equivalent to 2 Cheerios. I don't know how much energy that is, but I'm going to find out. 2 Cheerios for 50,000 thoughts a day would be 100,000 Cheerios. Well, I don't think I'm going to eat 100,000 Cheerios, but I could maybe try to calculate the serving size, the calories, and how many Cheerios are in a serving size. So I'm going to buy a box of Cheerios to do that calculation. That'll be fun. So those 50,000 thoughts and the energy equivalent of 100,000 Cheerios, maybe we could put that to better use. So actually, the ideas of mindfulness coincide with what I'm talking about at this point. You would have to wake up to the actual operation of your mind to see these thoughts and how random they are and how associated they are, how fleeting. It's just like you're asleep, only all your senses are at play too. So if we could try to get to a point of higher consciousness where we're aware of the thoughts, we can maybe stop all of the randomness and use that energy in a more productive way. I don't know. Maybe that's the next step in human evolution. So, if we have about 50,000 random thoughts a day, and each one of those consumes as much energy as 2 Cheerios, let's figure out how many calories we're talking about. It says here that a serving size, 1 cup, is 100 calories. So, we're going to measure 1 cup out. Now, I would only do this on Think Thursday. Sometimes you just have to analyze these things more carefully. So we're going to try to get 1 cup of Cheerios measured out here. Oh, this isn't going to work. I'm going to spill. I need 2 hands to do this. Let me put it down. It's a little lower. I dropped one on the floor. That's not a good thing. Still a little lower. Now, admittedly, this is a crude calculation, and everybody's brain energy rates is going to be different. Just like long distance runners can run a long ways, and other people can't. Okay, so that's 1 cup of Cheerios, and we know that's 100 calories. So let's count how many Cheerios we got there. Do we even need to do this? Well, yeah, we do. All right. I'll speed this part up, don't worry. 1, 2. 100. 200. Okay, I did a little calculation. 1 cup of Cheerios, there's about 346 Cheerios per cup. And that's 100 calories. So if I do a little bit of algebra, what we have here is we were saying that, yeah, on average somebody will have 50,000 random thoughts in a day. And let's say each thought costs 1 Cheerio. So then you have 50,000 Cheerios and 100 calories per the 346 Cheerios. That cancels out the Cheerios. So that gives you 100,000 calories, and multiply that by 144. 346 into 100,000 is 144. And so that gives you about 14,000 calories. So probably the brain is much more efficient than that. In other words, a thought doesn't cost 1 Cheerio, maybe a half a Cheerio. That would be about 7,000 calories. I haven't done any research on this, but maybe we should think about that. Thinking Thursday, that's your thought for the day. How many calories does the brain consume during a day? Just on its random thinking. Interesting. We'll find out more.